When we have equations involving e, instead of just taking the log of both sides, we generally want to take the natural log of both sides. Because, if you guys recall from last year, the natural log is just a log with the base of e. So if we take log with the base of e, it'll just cancel a piece out. So for example, we have e to the x squared equals 200. In this case, instead of taking the log of both sides, we want to take the natural log of both sides. So we get that log on there. Remember, natural log is still just a log, so the properties hold true, or we can bring the x squared down out front. So now we have x squared times the natural log of e equals the natural log of 200. Well, now instead of having to divide out that natural log of e, keep in mind, natural log of e is just a log with the base of e of e. One of our properties, anytime you have a log and the base matches the inside, that just equals 1, because e to the first power equals e. So if we come over here, natural log of e just equals 1. 1 times anything is itself. So now we have x squared equals natural log of 200. And instead of having to use a calculator to estimate, we can keep our answer exact here. Take your square root of both sides. And x just equals plus or minus the square root of natural log of 200. And that's it. Generally with these e problems, we'll want to keep our answers exact since we can. For this one, we just have to do a little bit of simplifying first. So since we have two terms with the base of e, we can go ahead and combine those. So remember, when we multiply terms with exponents, you add the exponents together. So when we combine these, we get e to the 2x plus 1, and then we add the negative 4 to it. 3. So you guys did that way back when you dealt with exponents. So for example, x to the 4th times x to the 5th, you guys knew you just added those, and it turned into x to the 9th. Same thing here, e to the 2x plus 1, e to the negative 4x. We just add the exponent pieces. So now we can simplify that. 2x minus 4x is a negative 2x plus 1. Now we're back to a problem like before. We want to bring that exponent down, so we take a log of both sides. Since it's e, we do natural log of both sides. So this turns into negative 2x plus 1 times the natural log of e equals the natural log of 3e. So now we need to be careful here. On the left side, it's as expected, natural log of e goes away. So we're just left with 2x plus 1. On the right side, however, we cannot cancel out the natural log in the e right now. That 3 is in the way. However, we can use our properties to separate these out and then cancel. So remember, when you have a log and there's addition, and there's multiplication, you can separate it into addition. So we can separate this out to be natural log of 3 plus natural log of e. Now we can cancel out. We know natural log of e is equal to 1. We know we have natural log of 3 plus 1. And this equals negative 2x plus 1. Now we can just finish solving the problem. Plus 1 plus 1. If we subtract it from both sides, it goes away. So we have negative 2x equals natural log of 3. And then just divide by negative 2. So you get x equals negative natural log of 3 over 2. Okay, for this one, this is quadratic in nature. So this takes us back. We can use a method called substitution, like what I showed you guys with some of the summer assignment stuff. So, reason being, this is essentially e to the x squared, because remember, when you raise an exponent to an exponent, it's really multiplication, minus 4, and then there's your e to the x again, plus 3. So the summer assignment, one of the videos we talked about substitution. So here it's called U substitution. Doesn't have to be a U, it's just what's generally used. So we're going to use a U to represent e to the x, just to get that piece out of here for a second and make it an easier problem. So we have e to the x, so u squared minus 4 times u plus 3 equals 0. Now this just looks like a simple quadratic that you guys are used to. So we can factor it really quick. We have u minus 3 and u minus 1. Now just take each, set it equal to 0. So either u equals 3 or u equals 1. Now we just take the fact that u is e to the x, sub it back in. So we have e to the x equals 3, or e to the x equals 1. Now remember, our end goal is to solve for x, not to solve for e to the x. So at this point, to do a quick solve for x, we just take the natural log, both sides, and we get x equals the natural log of 3, natural log of both sides, and x equals the natural log, of 1.